options so they can try and build a little chemistry. It's one thing to scrimmage against each other internal.
Bork up front. And Johnson races to it, holds the line for a moment, and now sent down the ice by Spechkov, and a rolling puck that Owen Power had to be careful with. Power to Perfetti. The two returnees for Canada. In comes Maverick Bork. Bork for Perfetti. Swings it back across, and that shot taken right on. Rebound score! McTavish on the rebound of Johnson's shot, and Canada's got a 1-0 lead in the power play goal.
Well, that didn't take very long as Mason McTavish, who has a couple of goals in his 9 NHL games in Anaheim this year, is on the board. Excellent break and entry by Maverick Bork as he pushes the Russians deep into the zone. That opens up this cross-seam pass. As Perfetti's going to go through the seam to Johnson. Johnson's attempt to the net is actually a pass to McTavish. Askarov gets a pad on it, but there's nobody to tie up McTavish's stick, and he's got an easy one, and Canada's on the board.
Puck loose in the corner. Cormier feeds it back for the Canadian captain, Caden Goulet. Goulet and Perfetti, the two returnees from last year. Owen Power did not play last year despite being eligible for Canada. Elected to stay at Michigan given the quarantine issues that were going on at the time. And now Justin Sorda works in, shoots. Askarov save, rebound, score! And that's Ridley Gregg who snaps that home. And Canada grabs a 2-0 lead, but hang on, they're going to review this. So the two referees.
It's a pretty slick play coming into the zone here, and Ridley Gregg puts away the rebound. They'll review this immediately. The official went to the review. Terrific play entering the zone by Jake Neighbors, and Ridley Gregg throws this rebound into the top of the net. Sort of enters the zone. I don't see anything there.
Except a nice shot by Ridley Gregg.
I mean, there's nobody within 2 feet of the net. It's a rebound burped out after some traffic going to the front of the net. A sort of shot originally is stopped by Askarov, and Gregg puts this away. I don't see any way this is a problem here. A quick start for Canada.
Maybe you're looking to see if the puck went in the net. It wasn't in very long. But it clearly is, and so Canada's grabbed a quick 2-0 lead, as you mentioned. Ridley Gregg taken there by Kromlithov. Stopped by Garan, and then Michkov turned away in the rebound. Another shot from Karavislav at the flex wide. Michkov does not play a ton when he plays in the KHL, mostly on the second power play. Plays more in their junior league, the MHL. Eligible for the 2023 draft, but he's under contract till 2026, a 6-year deal. McTavish plays it back across. Johnson scores! McTavish to Johnson to the back of the net, and it's 3-0.
When Kent Johnson was in quarantine, Dave Cameron said, yeah, as soon as he pops out, we'll get him with McTavish on this line. Turnover in the middle of the ice, and Johnson and McTavish play the two-man game. A give and a go, and Johnson, who set up McTavish for the first one, is the beneficiary of this feather pass, and he one-times it by Askarov, who has no chance, and it's a 3-0 Canada lead. Angles look different. The puck comes at you in a different way.
Now Zellweger, a wrist shot. Bounces back to Cormier, so the second unit gets a look. Bedard is on it.
And so Bedard's in the middle of the ice where he wouldn't normally be.
And Shane Wright as well. Feeds it back in front. Bedard in, shoot. Cormier scores. Lucas Cormier collects the loose puck, and the power play goal makes it 4-0 Canada.
The second Canadian group has 2 defensemen on it. Cormier and Zellweger play on the blue line. It's some quick puck movement. This has become a nightmare first period for Askarov here. This is a terrific play by Jake Neighbors as he's just in front of the goal line. So often the forward will get below the goal line. Now you limit your options. Neighbors stays in front of the goal line to catch the pass. Now he's got a clean passing lane.
He'll turn 18 during this tournament. The puck sent down the ice. A minute to go in this Russian power play. Husnudinov for Mohamedulin. Brought in now by Michkov. Matvei Michkov, number 17 for Russia. Michkov along the boards, pokes that down to Chabrikov. Chabrikov. Back for Husnudinov. Husnudinov for Mohamedulin. Back to Husnudinov. Drops it back, Mohamedulin with it. Does love to shoot it. Plays it back across to Michkov. To the goal mouth they go. Score! Looked like Demidov might have got the last touch on that. And a power play goal gives the Russians their first of the game.
Demidov is going to get the credit for this. His pass is going to deflect off the Canadian defenseman's foot up over Garand. So it's Owen Power down on that left side as Demidov, it's off Sabrango's left foot. Demidov has the puck at the goal line and he's trying to go straight across the crease. Sabrango's in decent position as this pass for Chabrikov is denied. It's actually denied, but man, unfortunately perfect deflection up over Garand's shoulder, and it's 4-1.
So Demidov, Canada wins that battle for the puck, and Carson Lambo sends it down. 9:40 to go here in the second period. Mohamedulin back to pick it up. Mohamedulin drops it back for Chabrikov. Husnudinov across the line now, and Lambo's intercepted that pass. Husnudinov. Back for Mohamedulin. To Husnudinov. Try to drop that back. Perfetti couldn't quite reach it. Husnudinov chops it back. Mohamedulin across to Michkov. Michkov shoots, and Kosa knocks that away. Husnudinov for Chabrikov. Michkov with it. Back for Mohamedulin. Michkov tees it up and scores. Matvei Michkov, power play goal, and Russia's got two.
I don't know if either team's going to be crazy about their penalty killing here, but their power plays have been sharp. 2 power play goals each. Michkov had shot earlier on the power play a wrister that was stopped by Kosa. This time's a one-timer, and it's on the short side as he takes the return feed from Mohamedulin. Draws down the penalty killer, which is Desnoyers. And
tries to drop that back. Novikov works in around McTavish. Trying to play it back around. The pass was picked off by Lambos. Knocked free by Bork. And across he goes to Seeley. McTavish works ahead. McTavish across to Johnson. Catch Johnson. Centering pass. Loose puck. That was knocked away from McTavish. Johnson. These guys went to town in the first period. Kent Johnson. Long wrist shot goes wide. Picked up by McTavish. Mason McTavish. To Gooley. Gooley, rink wide. Centering pass. McTavish walks in. Scores! What a move by Mason McTavish. And it's 5-2 Canada.
what patience on McTavish. NHL ready shot. And slick hands as he takes the pass from Donovan Sabrango across the seam. Askarov thinks he's going to shoot it. He freezes him and then goes around Askarov and has enough room and time to pull it back to the goal crease and push it into the net. Just a beauty. Really struggling, catches fire or goes the other way.
Mohamedulin moved around Cooley. Shoots. That was knocked down in front. Zellweger. But it turned away. That shot fired wide by Zinchenko. Battle on the boards for it. Back of the line, Zinchenko fires it back in. Zinchenko, another guy who has played in all 3 Russian leagues this year. And here's Zinchenko back with it. Steps around Zellweger. Flips it back to Smirnov. Cross he goes to Novikov, and they score! From a sharp angle. Pashin puts it by Kosa, and it's 5-3.
4-goal first, now 4 goals here in the second. As Pashin's right along the goal line. Oh, he catches Kosa leaning off the post. He's shooting this. Sometimes players will just try and direct this to the front of the net, but he catches Kosa out, not sealing the post, in a almost impossible angle goal from Pashin has made it 5-3.
Skarov, who allows 5 goals on 20
at the tournament as a 16-year-old. And you're like, it seems so absurd to think of that now. But at the time, you're a 16-year-old kid.
Perfetti centers it all alone in front. Bedard scores!
He belongs on cue. Left all alone in front of the net. Connor Bedard's got his first. I thought he was going to one-time this. As the puck, as the Russians are breaking out, it deflects off their own player's skate. Really nice play in front of the net from Perfetti across to Bedard. I thought he's going to one-time it when the puck comes straight across the net. But look at the patience. Hold it, one move to his right, pull it around the goaltender, and does not miss.
2 shots for Canada on that power play. Out of the box comes Novikov. That's flipped wide. Power flips it there to Perfetti. Old Perfetti across the line, flips it there to Power, jumping up. Owen Power, a centering pass, flipped just wide by Bourque. Inside a minute to go now in the third period. Drop pass there, score! Husnudinov drops it back, Michkov again. He's got his second at 6-4.
The 2 best players on the Russian side today, Merit Husnudinov, a second rounder of Minnesota in 2020. And Matvei Michkov is going to one-time this. This is a rocket. Quick, and it beats Kosa again. But it's Husnudinov's speed that pushes Canada back deep into the zone. Sabrango backs off. Husnudinov leaves it on the tee. And Michkov makes it 6-4.
Russian Junior League. There's Kirsanov, a shot that rattles high off the glass. Kosa sweeps that away. And Canada will leave the pre-tournament game with a 6-4 win over Russia. Next stop, the Czechs. On Boxing Day, the Russians will head down to Red Deer and face Sweden on Boxing Day.
Okay, they hold on. Nice little push there from Russia, though. So you had Bedard versus Michkov. It started off with Canada popping in 4 goals in the first period. Then Russia starts to chip away, including 2 from the Phenom. We'll get into it, but it was not enough for Russia. And this is a pre-tournament game. Really nice warm-up for these two to kind of face off. And in the first period, I was watching, and I'm going, this is a mismatch. No, 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 no. Russia is very legit, and we saw that the rest of the way.
And that's what makes this tournament so intriguing, I think, is that you have these other teams. We saw it twice in today, where you have these teams getting this pushback, right? And you've got Russia in this one, Finland in the Team USA game. Because when you're going to this tournament, you know, I was talking with Craig Button the other day, and he says, I mean, it's probably a 50-50 chance that Team USA wins gold and 50-50 for Canada. I'm like, hold on, well, what about all the other teams? No, it's a 2-horse race. A lot of people think it's a 2-horse race is my point. So it's either going to be U.S. or it's going to be Canada. So all these other teams were like, hang on one second. And they're showing early on these prelims, no, we've got some pushing us too. So I think this is great for the tournament. And they should set up for some really nice games.
And then there's star power, obviously very young star power. But let's highlight Russia's side. Matvei Michkov is legit. Yeah. And that was a really pretty goal right there.
Yeah, great setup, cutting in, and it's almost like a little, you know, you're almost running a lead block, and he's got a great shot, and you see that the shot just firing it. It's funny when you see World Juniors sometimes. These players are young. They're 16, 17, 18 years old, and you know you have players. They don't look big, but that shot comes off hard, and Michkov does that. They had a couple real pretty goals in this game for Team Russia, moving the puck, and you know 17 and having that. You're always told this is an 18-year-old tournament, and what that generally means is, you know, the players who are going to thrive are usually the 18-year-olds. So when you see a 17-year-old or even a 16-year-old on roster, it's like, whoa, hold on, we want to watch this guy. And Michkov is certainly one of them.
That's what I was going to say. Don't tell Connor Bedard any of that news.
Yeah.
He's 16, and I have a feeling he's going to be lighting the lamp quite a bit over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, he had a great opportunity in this game. It's almost weird when you get the puck alone in front of the net. You're going to see him right in front of the net there. Catches the puck, and it's almost like you never have that much time where you almost overthink it sometimes. But look how smooth he is. You can see that process. He's like, I'm just going to take it over to my left and come back right. And he knows that he just has to get it up a little bit. He doesn't have to go into the bar. I think a lot of times you overthink those things. It's a great hockey IQ. You can see the bubble on him because of his age. He's got to wear it in the tournament. So when you see guys with that, they're either hurt and they have an injury, or watch him because he's one of the youngest players, if not in the tournament. And that's something special because those are the guys those are future NHL stars that you see that get that opportunity at that age.
You might go number one down the road.
Yeah, 23 draft, looking to be the projected number one pick.
That's why this is so fun. You get to watch the guys before they become big, before we get to draft night on NHL Network as well. One more, when we're talking about smooth goals, Mason McTavish, can I point that one out as well? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I love seeing Mason McTavish because he showed some good things in his short time in the NHL, but then it's like, this is why a guy will get sent back. It's, all right, kid, now we love you. You're the future of our team, but you're going to go to this tournament and dominate. Look at that move right there. The patience. He's a big boy. He could do a lot of different things. When you're a big guy and you have that kind of skill set, that's going to bode real well for him to that next level. But right now, the focus is on this tournament, and Mason McTavish is going to be a big piece for Team Canada.
Tons of talent in general. I mean, just watching some of these exhibition games before we get started. And again, Sunday, be there, okay? It all starts happening.